I'm Kissiah Young, and this is On the Mat, a YouTube space where we sit and talk about the many layers of life, particularly grief and the impermanent nature of our being. Take a moment, sit with me. This morning, I am bringing my coffee to the mat. It's been a later start, and so here we are. We arrive even when it's a later start. We arrive and drop into a level of being present, a level of presence with ourselves. So welcome to On the Mat, and welcome to the moment of dropping in to ourselves, dropping into yourself, me dropping into myself, and asking the question, what am I bringing to the mat today? What are you bringing to the mat today? And in this moment, I have the pleasure of listening to my neighbor play his piano. It's a calming backdrop to the moment. And I imagine he's bringing emotion and creativity to his mat. And I'm bringing the energy of letting go. There are many things that we unknowingly carry. Many things that we carry knowingly. Our life, it holds both the conscious and the unconscious. And so in this moment, I'm thinking about letting go. And it brings me to the question of, what is our practice in letting go? How do we arrive at our ability to release something? Particularly if it's something that our mind wants to hold on to. Our mind wants to grasp and just hold it tightly. Or maybe our mind wants to ruminate, commiserate, vexate on the thing. It could even be something that haunts us in a way, snatches our emotion and leads us down a path we do not really want to go down, and yet we find ourselves like a tumbleweed tumbling forward down that path we do not want to go down. How do we let go? What's your practice in letting go? I think there are many ways of going about release. Be it releasing our angst, releasing a moment of grief, releasing agitation and the need to press something in, the need to get the point across, the need to fill in the blank. And for me, one of the things that I like to do is, it's almost like what they say in meditation, right? All thoughts will arise, and then there's a moment where they pass. But if we get on that thought like a train and we ride it, we don't know how far and wide we're gonna go. But if we watch what arises and we note it, then we can release its hold. But if I follow it or chase after the thing that I want to let go, I'm not letting it go. I'm actually attaching myself, my story, my thoughts, my ideas, my mental creativity or my mental chaos to it. And it perpetuates the thing that we're trying to release. But if I can just pause long enough to feel it, to note it, and to almost exhale it, then I'm opening the door for it to be different. I'm opening the door for change, for its exit, for its release. And that's a practice. it's one that we have to return to again and again. We might say, I thought I released that already. Why do I keep thinking about that? That response or reaction, actually, that's a reaction. There's a difference between response and reaction. That reaction actually keeps us like this because there's a lot of judgment in that. Why can't I? Why shouldn't I? Why is this? Why do they? Why can't I? All of that. That keeps us held tightly in the very thing. But when I find myself returning to something that I really do not want to return to, I have a choice to go down the sweet spot of fixation, because it's like gossip and stuff, right? It has that sweet spot. You latch on. It's like, is this benefiting anyone? Me, other? No. So in those moments, I can go down the path of the sweet spot, which is an energy of suffering, even though it feels sweet. If you really peel back the layers, there's no good in that. Or I can say, you're back. The thought, the issue, the dissatisfaction, the dis-ease, the injustice, whatever the thing is, I'm like, oh, you're back. I see you. And then carry on. See the difference? One is, and before you know it, it's like doom scrolling. You've gone down that thought. 15 minutes has passed and you're having a whole, conversation with yourself about it, about the issue that you actually want to let go of. The other is like, yeah. Like junk mail, here's more of you. Let me throw you in the trash. Right? So if I note it, I see you. You have a right to show up. And I have a right to acknowledge you. Actually, let me acknowledge what is happening. And then I'm going to leave you at the front door that you knocked on. It's like knock, 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 knock. The thing you want to let go, you look through the peephole. There you are. I see you. And you turn and come back on in the living room, right? As opposed to opening the door. Why are you knocking again? Why are you here? Before you know it, you've invited the whole problem back in. The issue, the person, the angst, the worry, whatever the thing is that we're trying to actually release and let go. We have to realize that requires noticing and just allowing. Because when we just allow, it's like a breeze. It's woo. But if we see and immediately latch on to the sight of our seeing and then go down the path that is painful, we perpetuate it. And not only does it show up more often, it stays longer. I mean, how could it not? If we're cultivating the energy of it. If we want to let something go, one thing we cannot do is cultivate the energy of it. It's like stirring the pot. No, the fact that it's in the pot is sufficient because we don't want it in the pot. So we definitely do not want to stir the pot. We want to note it in the pot and make our way toward the sink of washing the dish, right? We want to make our way to the sink of washing the pot, but we don't want to stir it. And so how do we get to the pot that then gets to the sink? Is we note it and we allow it to be. And in time before we know it, it's like, oh, I washed that pot a week ago. So when it comes back, it's been a week since you thought about it. And you observe. And again, you let go. You release. And as time passes, the space in between gets longer, wider. More time passes. We're free of it. Oh, it's been a month. And then it might come back every day. There's no rhyme or reason. It's a practice of noting, allowing, noting, allowing. And if we note and hop on the train, there's no judgment. The moment we realize that we are on that train, it's like ringing the bell, get off on the next stop. And then walk back home. Because when we walk back home, we can give thought to our mental attachments that even cause us to get on the train and get on, a path we don't want to be on. There's opportunity there. So what is your practice in letting go? And how do you extend grace to yourself in those moments where maybe you're not letting go as quickly as you desire or in the way that you desire? What's your path in your practice? And are you practicing? Or are you at a place where it's holding on to you? Give it some thought. Think about what you're worried about, holding on to, frustrated with, disappointed, whatever the thing is that has you, like emotionally. Give it thought. And then think about what it would look like if you chose to give it less attention, less focus. How free would you be? So today, on the mat, where I am accompanied by my coffee, let me take a sip. I'm also with the question, what are you bringing to the mat? What are you in need of letting go of? And how are you practicing the way of letting those things go? I appreciate your presence with me again, here on the mat. Thank you for being.